Defense Secretary Shinseki. Why do I always mess up his name? Shinseki. I love my critics to have fun with that.
Politics Nation with the Reverend Al Sharpton starts right now. Good evening, Rev.
Good evening, Dr. Dyson.
But wait, there's more.
And we will much about that be committed. So there's no real conflict. Michael Druniak, including Lincoln himself, Daniel Day-Lewis. Behind Monica Lewinsky, the one and only Trey Songz is here. But Allison Lundergan Grimes, Gina De Jesus, when Gina De Jesus, Tea Party challenger Matt Bivens. People don't want to have their Social Security overall. The Republican savior, Mark Rubio's big night. In evolution and Galileo, this whole thing of Galileo, America's changed. Unless IT and Skillets, President Putin doing something similar back in, it won't change this fundamental fact about the GOP. Just how absurd these attacks is. Nearly 6 months after the dangerous traffic jam, the Thai military says, my friend for many years, Ilyana Van Zandt. There's nothing there.
And they gave this guy a TV show? Let's get back to our show.
Gene Baradelli, back behind enemy lines. Want to thank Michael J. Knowles for coming on the show. Check out the book. Check out Reasons to Vote for Democrats. Bravo, my friend. What an epic trolling of the Democrats. We've seen shows about nothing. Now we got a book about nothing. And it just so happens to be about Democrats. Bravo. Great job. I also want to thank Senator Albert Guillory from the great state of Louisiana for coming on the show. What a genuine pleasure to be able to converse with him, to be able to pick his brain. His passion for education certainly comes through, and yes, it's a great long-term solution. Louisiana is going to need short-term solutions as well. They need jobs, just like the rest of the country needs jobs, and I'm comfortable in saying that with someone like Senator Guillory at the helm, who can really reach out to people, not only across the aisle, but of all economic strata. He can talk with kings and queens, and he can, as they say, as Dusty Rhodes used to say, dine on pork and beans. And he can reach out to all levels and relate to all people because he has seen so much in his lifetime. And, I'm really looking forward to see what good things come from Senator Guillory and the Louisiana GOP. So, just about time for just a couple of final thoughts. I want to thank everybody for listening to this show. Of course, I want to thank you wherever you're listening, whether it be www.behindenemylinesradio.us, whether it be one of our rebroadcast outlets, such as WJHC 107.5 in Jasper, Florida, WDDQ 92.1 FM in Adel, Georgia, or WLBB 1330 AM in Carrollton, Georgia, all part of the Red Nation Rising Radio Network. Or if you're checking us out on KLRN Radio, if you're checking us out on ICRN, the Internet's Conservative Radio Network, High Plains Talk Radio and Sackheads Media, or Lanterns Radio at lanterns.buzz. Or whether you're listening to us as a podcast on any one of our podcasting outlets, such as iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, TuneIn, Podbay, Player FM, discovering us on Google Play Music or the mighty iHeartRadio or even SoundCloud. And we're going to be announcing starting next week, we're going to be on Sirius XM's newest platform, Auto Radio. You check them out at autoradio.com. Whole bunch of ways to listen to the show, and we're very proud of that, folks. We're just glad you're checking us out, whichever way you're doing so. So, final thought time. I was going to use this time to talk about James Comey and the hearings on Capitol Hill about wiretapping and FISA warrants and all that, but honestly, I can sum it up with one sentence. James Comey, the director of the FBI, decided to talk about an investigation where he clearly has already said that there's no connection between two parties, that being the Trump campaign and Russia, and he is refusing to talk about the investigation into what we know for facts are leaks within the administration and the intelligence community that we all know happened, but he's refusing to talk about it. I think we got a little backwards there, Director Comey, and I hope we get progress on both fronts moving forward. But the final thought I'm going to leave you with tonight has to do with a little bit of a pet peeve of mine. And no, it's not Senator Franken again, although he is a leading contender for Buffoon of the Year. No, we're going to reach back to last year for a leading contender of Buffoon of the Year, a semi-finalist of Buffoon of the Year, our third-rate buffoon, Colin Kaepernick, who is now looking for a job in the NFL, suddenly finds himself unemployed, and lo and behold, he announces that while he is seeking a new employment, he will not be continuing his protests anymore. Isn't that convenient? Now listen, someone may say that I've been too hard on Colin Kaepernick. After all, during the offseason, he financed food being sent to Somalia. He's pledged money to various causes, and that's all very well and good, and I do applaud him for that. However, perhaps he would have been better served taking his message the way he has, and in acting instead of talking, which is all he did during the season is talk and bring negative press upon himself. He may have been better served performing his day job, performing it well, and securing his next job. Wouldn't that be the best way to lead, is to lead by example? He's doing it now, and I give him credit for it. Listen, I give credit where it's due, and I also call out when I see it. Colin Kaepernick has no one to blame but himself for not having a job in the NFL. Spike Lee wants to say it's mad fishy, yo. But it ain't. I'm telling you right now it's not, because the performance over the last 2 seasons prove it. He was coming back from injury, and he did not perform up to the same level that he was at earlier in his career. Plus, he had a distraction on the side. To say that one had nothing to do with the other is disingenuous. So now he finds himself a cause leader without a lead, really. He has no way to lead. He has lost his platform, the NFL. My prediction is, if he hasn't been picked up by now, he's probably going to the CFL. And good luck to him there. I mean, for goodness sakes, if Geno Smith can get a job, if Josh McCown can get signed by the Jets, and Colin Kaepernick's still out there, come on. You reap what you sow. And Colin Kaepernick's learning that right now. But you know what, folks? Unfortunately, that's the end of the show. Boy, this hour went quickly. I want to thank again Michael J. Knowles, Louisiana State Senator Elbert Guillory. Check out those interviews on podcast at www.behindthemalinesradio.us. But until next week, where we will bring you even more great content, more great news, more great views, a few laughs, a few giggles, some serious stuff as well, it's time to shut this sucker down. From the People's Republic of New York, we are out of here. Good night, folks.
Our position has been compromised. It's time to roll out. Report for debriefing at www.BehindEnemyLinesRadio.us and look for regular communications via Facebook and Twitter at BEL_radio. You are the resistance. Behind Enemy Lines. A Rock Radio production. Copyright 2016. Back in 7 days. Out.